Good afternoon, campers. Welcome back to the Manifesto channel, and today we're going to be continuing our road trip in the Lincolnshire Wolds. We're currently in a very moist Louth, in a B&Q car park. It's all very glamorous around here. Look at that. Yeah, I've been doing a bit of exploring around the market town of Louth, and it's it's been quite wet. It's been quite a moist one. It's currently 4 o'clock. And we need to start thinking about somewhere to park up for tonight. Could be nice in this car park. There is actually no signs. Got a bit of bush behind us. But it's not ideal when you got Bruno. When you got a Staffy puppy. We need to go somewhere where we can take him for a bit of a stretch of the legs. Now I was having a look on Park for Night. There is a couple of park ups in the area. I got a Plan A, which is just a few miles up the road. Just a little lay-by on the edge of a woodland. Or Plan B is a little park up we did about 5 months ago when we went to Lincoln, but it's in the middle of a nature reserve. That's a bit further away and we've already done it, but I'd rather check out Plan A first. If we can pull that one off, that'll be sweet because it's not far, but if not, we'll venture a little bit further into the Wolds. That'd be fine. The rain don't look like it's stopping anytime soon, so we may as well start making a move. I don't want to leave it too late because the parking space I've got in mind is very small and I don't want anybody else to beat us there. So we're going to get out this very wet B&Q car park and we're going to carry on our camping adventure in the Lincolnshire Wolds. I've already been to a supermarket today. There's a Aldi just around the corner, so we've got a couple of cheeky juices. We've got some food for tonight, so we're good. Just before we head any further, I need to have a little top up of the old liquid gold. I was just on the Petrol Prices UK app, and this BP 172.9 for diesel, which ain't a bad price at all at the minute. Cheapest in my area is 177.9, and petrol 152.9. So we're gonna get a little top up while we're here. Well, liquid gold has been acquired. Now we're heading to our potential park up, 5 minutes away, 2.5 miles. Not far. Just on the outskirts of Louth. Yeah, so last night we had a bit of an urban stealth camp in a leisure centre car park with a bit of dubious dogging action going on just beside me. So I thought tonight we'll have a break from the action and we'll go for something a little bit more scenic on our road trip. So hopefully this one will tick the boxes. Now on Park for Night reviews it's saying it is a quiet location, limited parking, so if there's anybody else there could be an issue, but hopefully yeah, it's a good spot and it's nice and quiet and we get good phone signal. I don't necessarily need 5G signal today because I've already uploaded today's portion of the daily meet, so that's all good. But you know, I like watching a bit of YouTube when I'm on my camps. Right, so we've just come off the main A16 heading to Grimsby. We're on a little country road. We was headed in the direction of North Elkington, but yeah, now we're on this little single track. We are in the sticks. Look at that, that's a proper bit of countryside, bit of Lincolnshire Wolds finest. I don't like the look of them clouds though. I've had enough of the rain today. There's been quite a few heavy downpours. I think I see another van there. Goddamn. Yep. Well, I think it's just a car actually. I think it's just a local on a phone. Look at that. That's a fine view. And we got a bin. Yeah, nice bit of scenery. You can see the A16 all the way down there. And it's got like that plastic grid stuff. Don't know what it's called, but it's quite high standing. Yeah, I think this should do us for the night, campers. We've got a bit of woodland there as well. Man, it's quiet. All I can hear is the DC to DC charger cooling down and the compressor on the fridge. Apart from that, just a few birds tweeting. Oh, and we've got full 5G phone signal as well, so perfect. With my very limited zoom on the DJI Action 5, I can actually see the Grimsby Tower just on the horizon there. That's at the Grimsby Docks. Well, there is a cheap chip shop there. We have been there before, but not on this trip. It's very tempting, but yeah, we're sticking to the Wolds. Well, the car's gone. We've got the place to ourselves. Look at that, campers. Beautiful park up. Got some sweet views. I can see a church spire down there. I believe this is called Fotherby Common, the name of these woods. Along the very horizon, we've got the North Sea coastline, which goes into the Humber. Cleethorpes is in kind of that area, Grimsby. We look back inland, very nice. Wonder if that's where we're getting the 5G signal from. But yeah, hard standing. I've got a nice bench there. Very peaceful. This is a little dead end track. I was having a look through the reviews on Park for Night. There's about 20 plus reviews. It's 4.5 out of 5. And the only thing people moaned about was this last bit of the road. Because you go about 50 yards down the road, it's tarmac, and then the last little bit is it's a bit uneven. It's in the country. I think I can see a public right of way sign up there. But the best thing about this park up, it's not the bench. It's good we got a bin and the sweet views, but yeah, we got a proper bit of bushland, we got a bit of woodland. We can take Bruno for a walk. Check this out. Fotherby Common, yeah, that's the name. Look at that. So we can have a nice little wander through here. Nice evening stroll, and in the morning take Bruno for a little wander through as well. But this is going to be home for the night. This is perfect. It's a very slight slope that way. I think I will move over a bit more, but yep, that's going to do us for tonight. I must admit, this is a pretty decent park up. And if there's any rain clouds come rolling in, we can spot them from a distance and get a move on and get back to the meat wagon. Well, campers, it's 7:30. We've still got the place to ourselves so far. Fingers crossed this stays empty. Look at them beautiful views out the windows. The wind has picked up somewhat, but it's not raining yet, so that's a good thing. We've even got the sunroof open. We've got a bit of CCTV out there. Look at that. Anyway, I'm getting a bit peckish. I fancy a cheeky juice, so let's show you what we got for tonight's camp. Bruno's there having a little sniff. I've got some sneaky snacks under there still. But anyway, this is the selection for tonight's camp. Quite like it. It's nice. So we're going to go with these caramelised red onion beef burgers. I had these recently on a camp and they were very nice. I like them. So I'm going to cook one of them in the old Ridge Monkey and then serve that in a seeded brioche bun. I've still got some crispy slices left over from last night. So that's going to be a nice little combo. I've got no cheese. So it's just going to be a bit of possibly barbecue sauce and a toasty bun and yep. And then for pudding, I've gone for these chocolate eclairs. There was only 89p. Look at that oozing off there, campers. Look at that. I'm going to have to get my finger in there and give it a look. Yep. Anyway. But yeah, we've got some chocolate eclairs. Got some roasted salted peanuts from yesterday that I still ain't touched. And in the morning, we got a golden syrup porridge. I've got some jam and cream biscuits to dunk in my coffee in the morning. Still got some sultana and oat cookies. There's not many left. Yep, I've been eating them for the day. And then for our juice selection tonight, gone for a mojito Ice cold, it's been in the fridge all afternoon. Expertly blended, ready to drink. Cocktail. What's that, 3.4%? And then, because we're in the countryside and we like a bit of cider in the countryside, gone for this Orchard Irish cider. Very nice. I've had this a few times before now. 4.5%. Very light little number. Goes down nicely, goes down swimmingly. And I think that'll be, that'll be a food, a fare for this little camping experience deep inside the Lincolnshire Wolds. Look at that. Beautiful. But as the time is getting on, it's getting late, I'm going to start putting a bit of heat to some caramelised red onion burger meat. Oh yeah. So just before we put one of these burgers on the Ridge Monkey and crack open the mojito, we need to toast up a brioche bun. Still got some stainage in the Ridge Monkey there from yesterday's steak. That's very nice. Well, the buns are nicely toasted. I almost forgot about the crispy potatoes. Let's get them going. Right, 12 minutes, 180. That should do us. That should do us, puppy. You've had your dinner. You've had your food. Just had the first car go past since that white car left. That's a good few hours. Right, let's get that back on. Low heat. Slap a burger in there. Oh, lovely. Now these burgers, I cooked these the other week and they don't actually give off a lot of fat, which is quite nice. Like, so we're just gonna give them a light sear and then we'll close the lid and let them do their thing. So it may get a little smoky in here. I've got the window open, got the sunroof open, got the side door cracked ever so slightly. I've also got this that I bought yesterday. I may have some of that with it as well. A bit of zingy corn salsa. Yeah, I quite like the look of that. So, livens, what's that say? Livens up salads. It's going to liven up our burger. Ooh, schmocker. Oh yeah, that's hot. Turn that down a little bit more. My back doors, the button. Yeah, it's come off the rod, so if I want to open the back door I've got to get outside and unlock it. I may have to do that. Alright, the back door's open, bit of ventilation. Now it's time for a cheeky mojito. Good health, campers. Oh, that's a nice one. Nice minty little number, nice and refreshing. Almost slaving away over a hot Ridge Monkey. I've got to shake my potatoes. Let's give a little Ainsley Harrier shake. And get them back in there. Job's a good one. You've had your food, Bruno. There's definitely a bit more fat coming out of that one. I ain't gonna lie, she's a little crispy. She's a little incinerated. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Just waiting on the potatoes. So there you go, dinner is served. We've got the zingy salsa. Put a bit of barbecue sauce on there, a bit of BBQ. We've got them crispy potatoes seasoned with a bit of salt, pepper, vinegar, and drizzled over a nice helping of barbecue sauce. And then the Big Daddy burger there. Caramelised red onion in a toasted brioche bun. The burger is a little charred, ain't gonna lie, a little charred. We've got some barbecue sauce going on there. And all served with a ice cold can of mojito. That, campers, I do believe, is food fit for a champione. Don't know why it's squished there. Oh, campers, ain't this cosy? Still got the window open, sunroof, and back door's a little bit smoky in here, but this is a very, very peaceful spot. Very nice setting to enjoy a meal. A bit of salsa. It's quite a zingy little number. That's quite nice. I'm going to stick some in my burger. Get some of that zingy salsa in my burger. We've got no cheese, so we're going for a bit of a healthy veggie option. Let's have some of the crispy taters. Yeah, they work nicely with the barbecue sauce. Zingy corn salsa. Very nice. Before we chow down into the burger, I just need to wet my whistle. I think it was when we did the camp in Shoulden Woods I had these burgers, but these ones seem to be a little bit more juicy. A little bit more juicy, but anyway, look at that. I've got a bit of sweet corn hanging out the rear end there. Anyway, bon appetito, campers. The burnt bits on the burger, I mean the light charring on the burger gives it that barbecue flavour. Complements the barbecue sauce nicely. Get a char grilled thing going on there. Very nice. Look at that. It's quite a juicy bit of meat in there. That's very nice. So after a long day exploring the Wolds and after our traumatic dogging experience last night, this is nice. This is well needed. Yeah, good bit of corn salsa and a nice juicy burger. Oh, good health. Well, ain't gonna lie, dinner was phenomenal. That was good. That was needed. The mojito was good. The burger was cooked to a little bit over perfection. The corn salsa was very nice. And the potatoes were good, nice and crispy. Just having a little breather, taking in the views. Look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Lincolnshire Wolds. Just think, just up the road, you've got all that chaos in Grimsby. I must admit, I do go to some good park-ups. I do go to some bad ones as well, but this has got to be well in my top 10. And it's not far from home. Probably just over an hour. You've got these beautiful views. Nobody about either. There's a little fire basket on the top of the hill there. Apparently they're like a warning beacon. Yep, I'll definitely be coming back here again. I can see a big ship right on the horizon coming into the Humber. So, looks like we've got company. Bruno stood to attention. The guard dog is actually more interested in my plate. I think they're just taking the dog for a walk. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody else parks there anyway. You know, we can live in hope. We get the place to ourselves. Well, that's the van gone. He was walking his Cocker Spaniel, saying his dog's not very friendly, so that's why he has to come up to the middle of nowhere. Bruno's the opposite. He's a little soppy puppy. Let's have a little wander up. I've been sitting in the meat wagon, watching the boats coming in on the horizon, in and out of the dock. Bruno's having a pee. So I had a little walk through the woods, and it is just a tiny little loop through. You're going that way, there's a little opening at the bottom. There's a nice view down there, then it comes out the other side. But just wanted to have a little walk up to top of hill. So it's currently 9:15, the sun's going to be setting at 9:30. So maybe I'll get a sweet sunset if the clouds play ball. But it's getting a little thick over there. Look at these views. Beautiful. Just see a bit of Louth in the distance there. Reminds me a bit of the countryside around Buckingham. I used to live around there. And a bit like the outskirts of Milton Keynes back in the day, before it turned into a concrete jungle. So yeah, you've got a public footpath, public bridleway. I noticed up here there's a fire basket. I believe these are beacons if somebody's in trouble. Back in the old days, light a fire and you could see it from miles around. Look at that, it's even got a crown on it. Bruno's having a good sniff about. The public footpath, look, they've made a little clearance in the fields there. Well, we got wheat right in the middle of the wheat fields. I got my squeaky boots on. Wow, that goes on quite a way. Well, the sun's just about to go behind the hill. I think we're gonna call it a day. There's a lot of midges out as well. Yep, time to get in the meat wagon before they start coming in here. Right, time for a cider. I'm going to chill out in a little bit, watch a bit of YouTube. Ah, goddamn midges. Good health campers. You can literally hear a pin drop in here. I think it's time for a chocolate eclair. Get some creamy, chocolatey goodness in my mouth. Get a nice length of that. Oh, look at that. Good 4 inches there, campers. Good health. They're alright for a shop bought. Nice bit of chocolate on top and a creamy centre. Cheers, campers. Oh, it's just coming up to 5 to 11. Getting quite late. I'm tired. Been watching a bit of YouTube, chilling out. Drunk my cider. Bruno is on the bed with me because he is quite cold. It is chilly tonight. I put my coat on to stay warm. I ain't put the diesel heater on, but it's yeah, it definitely feels a bit fresh up in the hills. So it's just been a good little park up so far. There's been some cars coming this evening, so hopefully we don't have any dogging action again. I think it's just people admiring the view. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to jump into the meat sack and get a decent night's sleep after a long day of walking about, exploring the Lincolnshire Wolds. And yeah, if we have any issues for the night, I'll be sure to hit record. But hopefully all goes well, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. See you on the flip side. Oh, good morning, campers. You're joining me in a very green looking background there. Very green. Got Bruno having a little sniff out the window. He's been having a little look, ain't you, puppy? So it's bright and early. Well, not. It's 10 past 9. 10 past 9. I had a good line. I must admit, I was out for the count all night. The thing is, when you come to places like this and it's so quiet, I just get the best night's sleep. Slept all the way through. Woke up, feel refreshed this morning. Feel good. Bruno's been out. We had a little walk in the woodland. Yeah, puppy. Had a little stretch of the legs. Got me morning coffee. Piping hot caffeinated beverage. Got some porridge. But this was a good spot. No doggers arrived in the night, which was good. So no other vehicles pulled up during the night, which was nice. I've heard a tractor go past this morning and one car. And that's it, it's been nice and peaceful. Been a nice little relaxing one with scenic views. Good little camp. Right, so I'm gonna have my porridge, have a coffee. Yeah, I think we'll start getting ready. I'm thinking about carrying on a road trip deep in the Lincolnshire Wolds. It's definitely a daytime dogging hotspot. Well, campers, I'm all dressed, ready to go, ready to start the day. Feel refreshed after a beautiful night's sleep in this remote location on a hillside. It's a bit of woodland, deep in, well, the edge of the Lincolnshire Wolds, not far from Louth. But today, the adventure continues. I'm going to be heading in a northwesterly direction, cutting through the hilliest part of the Wolds today. But that's going to be on the daily meet, there, a little adventure. And then tonight I've got another sweet camping spot lined up, so that'll be on the next episode of the Meat Manifesto. So I hope you enjoyed our road trip so far. If you enjoyed today's camp, well, we had some char-grilled burgers, we had a couple of cheeky juices, the spicy corn salsa was a very nice addition, and we had a chocolate eclair. That was good. But yeah, if you enjoyed this part of the adventure, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, The Meat Manifesto. and I'll catch you on the next part of the road trip. Thanks for watching. Peace out.